Hey, this is Ben from Holy Fool. A lot of you may know me because I'm in a rock band called A Place for Owls, based in Denver, Colorado. We are an emotional emo band. I cannot wait. Music has always been a lifeline to me. I have played guitar since I was 15 years old, so more than 20 years at this point. And music is when I feel the most like myself. It's when I feel the most alive. When I listen to some of my favorite life-changing records like Jimmy Eat World Clarity or Left and Leaving by the Weakerthans, it gives a sense that like I'm not alone in what's going on with me. So music is essential, but we have a culture right now that continually underpays and underappreciates the actual folks that are making music. I feel this pain as just an individual human being, but then what happens when you're in bands is you just make a bunch of friends with people who are musicians and are in bands. And so I've just been increasingly distressed that this is the world that we live in. And so we started a nonprofit called Holy Fool. The reason why we called it Holy Fool is that I read a couple books last summer. One was The Idiot by Dostoevsky, and the other was God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater by Kurt Vonnegut. And both stories are about people who act rightly and act morally out in the world. But because the world is so immoral and dysfunctional, they are called idiots and fools and dum-dums. So we called it Holy Fool because it's like we can start embodying what we know is right: generosity, community, mutual aid and care. But those values in our culture are increasingly called foolish and idealistic or whatever. Live in the real world. So we want to be holy fools, and especially we want to be holy fools with those of us that are sharing their gift of songwriting and musicianship with the world. And so we want to build a community where we're able to ask each other questions like, what are you struggling with? What are the barriers that you're experiencing between the world as it is and the world that you would like it to be? Like, you would like to create sustainably, you'd like to be able to have a life where maybe you didn't get famous, but you could start getting paid to do music. Or a lot of us work day jobs where like it's not quite music related, but like it enables us to go on tour or play shows often, spend the time devoting ourselves to our craft. And so we ask, what are those barriers that you're experiencing? And then in the context of community, we can come together, care for each other, encourage each other. And then if we've got good advice, we give it away for free. We also have a non-competitive network of mutual aid. So what I mean by that is like, if your amp breaks down before you've got a big show, you can borrow my amp, man. Long term, this is a big, hairy, audacious goal. But long term, it's like, what if we owned a house in the Denver metro area that could be a house of hospitality for touring bands? Someplace where they could stop, experience some real rest, have some Uncrustables and some snacks, and some water by their bedside, a comfortable, non-rodent or roach-infested place to sleep or whatever. And then it could also be a place where musicians, where cost of living in Denver is so freaking ridiculous right now, it could be a place where we could subsidize the rent of a certain set of musicians, that they could just live there. And they could be the ones, like if you're living at the Holy Fool House or whatever, like they could be the ones that are providing hospitality to the touring bands or to others. They could participate in the community and the work too. But it's just like stuff like that. Like we could own a van that we could have a van share for touring. This is dreaming big sort of stuff. We're like in the world of like starting really small, but you don't ever accomplish a big, hairy, audacious goal without taking the next step in front of you. So the next steps, we need help. The next steps that you could take is join our community. If you are in Colorado and you are a musician, or you want to position yourselves and think about yourself as like a patron of the arts, come to some of our events. So we've got dinner parties that we throw for musicians. We book house shows so that you can get real close to the artists that we support and that we work with. We also need donors. My problem, well, it's maybe not a problem, but I'm gonna be totally real with you. I only know people who are struggling financially, functionally. Most of my friends are just 2 paychecks away from like crisis. So if you have the means financially, even if it's in a small way, donate to Holy Fool. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, so all donations are tax deductible. A lot of folks give monthly. They give between 10 and 50 bucks a month, whatever you can that works in your budget. If you are someone who loves artists and loves music and you love culture creation and you see the value of that, and you also have disposable income that you want to support to this sort of stuff, and you can give big or give medium or give small, please give. So it feels ambitious, but all creation in the world is kind of an act of faith. It's like you throw it out there, you don't know how it'll resonate with people, but the reality is that if we continue on with the way things are going, artists are going to have less and less, and we're going to disincentivize creation of music and art and culture so that it's only for like, if you have rich parents, can you make that work? We want to create a culture where in Colorado and worldwide that everybody feels like the arts and participation in the arts is something that's actually attainable to them personally. The songs that you write can be recorded, codified, you can play shows, you can start a band, you can do acoustic sets, whatever, man. Like, the arts are something to participate in. And this is like, think about history. If you rewind culture 200 years, how did you experience music? It's because somebody in a room with you was making that music, or you yourself were participating in making that music. And we've now, in the age of Spotify, we've gotten ourselves in a position where we feel like the arts and music is only for a small group of professionals. And they're excellent, and we're not excellent, and we're constantly comparing ourselves and the songs that we write or the voice that we have to like the best that the world has to offer because it all just shows up on our phone through Spotify, right? But what the hell kind of culture is that? That only famous people deserve to make music, or only wealthy people deserve to make music. Like, we've got to create something better together. So we want to simultaneously together know that we live in a real world with practicalities and limitations, and we want to figure out how to thrive and how musicians and artists can thrive in the world as it actually is. But we also want to collectively dream a better world together.
God, I is gonna use my life, gonna use my life to see the best in every day. Getting healthy is a long, dark road. It's like getting home, it's like letting go. I'm impatient for the finish line, for the shiny prize of being actualized. You didn't reading the headlines and posts, thinking, where'd you go, my Holy Ghost? Forgive me, for I have sinned too. My greatest sin is down here.
I hope that you'll dream with me. I hope that you'll become a holy fool with me. You can sign up for our newsletter, figure out what events we're planning. It's holyfoolco.com. Holyfoolco, as in Colorado, holyfoolco.com. And you can follow along. You can also give online. Anything that you could do to participate in our community, whether it's financially or relationally or whatever, we need you, and we would love to have you involved. All right, thanks for listening. I know this has been a long video, but I appreciate you so much. I love you, and I hope to see you soon at a Holy Fool event.